Welcome to the Poor Perspective.
I wouldn't say that it's diarrhea. I would say that my fucking tummy hurts.
Okay, why do you have to be so vulgar?
Because you're questioning what I just said my tummy hurts and you have to run through this
I
whole
question
list.
how your body's functioning.
Welcome to the Poor Perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Gingers are back and gingers are black, apparently.
God damn it.
And you know what? I don't want to hear anybody saying the hard R around me anymore. You can't say ginger because it's just an anagram for the same word. And from what I understand, from what some black girl on TikTok posted the other day, we were in the field picking cotton with them, is what she said. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but that's what she said.
Ginger fuck.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to feel about this right now. I'm just gonna, just keep digging your hole.
I'm not the one who's digging the hole. This black girl's the one who came out with this, and it just caught fire. Like
Like
my
hair.
head.
Are you not gonna like out her like TikTok name?
I don't remember what the fuck her TikTok name. If anybody's on TikTok right now, they know what I'm talking about. I don't have to out her TikTok
sure?
name. Yes, 100%.
I don't know what you're talking about because you sent it to me.
Yeah, same.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the only
I mean, it
reason
just pulled
know.
up on my For You page, so I mean, I didn't go looking for
How
it.
does it feel knowing that you're freaking...
I got
you're
the kids
ginger?
at the place that I work at walking up to me and being like, "Hey, did you know you're black now?" I'm like, dude, get away from me.
Are you serious?
Yes. I'm like, dude, get away from me. Stop. Don't ever say that in front of me again.
They're trying to get you.
Somebody's trying to
That's
get
a
me.
Next one, you just need to look at them. Next time they say that and be like, "So can I say it?" Just straight face.
You'll never
Don't say
catch
it.
me.
You cannot.
Don't
You'll
say
never catch me. You know who told me? Will told me to pretend to say it and then just bleep it out like I actually said it.
No.
And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that because then the connotations are, it doesn't matter because I can't prove that I didn't say it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so
you can release the unedited video, I guess. You save a copy,
save a copy.
I like the regular and then bleep it out so people can see you stopped. You were gonna turn to the dark side, but these
Zoom in on just your mouth so
Apparently
you
the
see
dark.
that you didn't
I'm the
say
chosen one.
Okay.
Redheads are the chosen one.
I think albino black people are like the chosen ones.
I know black
they're
people.
they're the chosen ones.
Thinking of the Jews.
I asked that one day. I was like, what? I was like, during like slavery, were the albino people good safe? Were they good safe? But then I did some research and they're like, well,
No.
most of them probably died because of medical conditions.
Or got killed.
Yeah.
So,
We don't want this.
but
You know they used to call people with Down syndrome mongoloids.
yeah, you're a Mongoloid.
That ain't that crazy?
That's an awesome word. I would love to be called that.
He's like, dude, I just added on to my loadout. Loadout.
He said, man, it's like some ancient fucking tribe or some shit, bro. Where are you from? I am a Mongoloid.
Well, they used to also consider freaking anxiety or frequent headaches cause for lobotomies back in the old days. So,
JFK's sister. If you know, you know.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? And then it dawned on me.
If you know, you know.
I mean, all I know is that the only reason I know that is because you've told me that JFK's sister got lobotomized like 4 episodes ago. So,
Is it only 4?
but we haven't had an episode in like 2 weeks. So there's a lot of back things that I need to come up with. California Democrats just voted for human sex trafficking of 16 and 17-year-olds to not be a felony
Jumping right on it.
if charged with
They've
and
done
convicted.
Welcome back.
I don't get California. I really don't.
It's just crazy to
like
me.
their
Like-
laws, I do not get, and the things they put into effect, I do not get.
It's because it's corrupt as anything.
Like at one point in time, I think they made sex trafficking somewhat legal, like something with minors legal. And
I
was like, what?
I have a statistic.
I don't know if
for
they
you
did that, but
makes-
they did something close to it. I
It
mean,
was something-
if it not being this in general, why isn't it a felony in the first place? In my opinion,
I
like
mean,
what the fuck is
I
going
guess
on here?
Because California's probably making so much.
Yeah,
money
they make so much
from-
money off of it. That's the only reason that they would not say yes to that.
And you
Yeah.
would think that would make people want to look into it a little bit more, but apparently it goes deep.
Here's some
apparently
crazy
just-
stats that got released.
Let's hear it.
Fucking RFK said in America, 1 in I think 20 boys have autism. 1 in 13 in California have autism. So they're all a little fucked up.
They all got no touch of the tism.
That's what I'm saying. So
Patriotism.
that's why they voting for this weird shit. Because
But,
everybody got.
I mean, yeah, that's odd, but that would make me want to like dive into it. But you know, it might be on some Jeffrey Epstein level shit. So
it could be.
it might be, you know, you snoop too much and you come up missing. So it's California, big place, man. You know, a lot of alleys and a lot of places. Who knows?
It's not even like California's bad. It's just the big cities.
I mean,
I would never. I don't understand why people want to go to L.A. and live there. I feel like a lot of people don't even want to go visit L.A., let alone fucking live there.
Yeah, I'll
just
never-
all the crazy shit that happens all the
you
time.
pay a hobo $5,000, they'll burn. You know, start a fire. You pay them $1,000, they might
They might beat
have
somebody
someone
up.
come up missing. You know?
Oh no, are we getting into LA
I'm
fires?
just
now?
saying. I'm just saying.
Well, no, I mean, there's a theory that all of the LA fires were started by homeless people because they got paid to start them.
Probably.
I mean, you did have the governor
By
freaking
Democrats.
grinning ear to ear, freaking. This is great opportunity.
This is the worst thing that's
right,
ever
worst
happened.
thing. But you know, potential new companies can come in, and I'm like, interesting.
What was it? Jake said it in a video that he was on about the 15-minute city or whatever. If the LA has like a concept for it, the concept idea. That they want to
Well,
put
that's what the World Economic Forum wants. Is 15-minute cities.
Why? What's the point?
Because they're globalist.
Efficiency? Oh, they're globalists. Okay.
The WEF is a major globalist foundation. They want no borders. They basically want like a communist state for the whole world. One, you know, the New World Order.
I feel
as
like
it
that's
says
impossible.
in the Bible. I mean, they were getting there, but I'm not saying names.
They already launched New World Order. That was freaking being talked about, and I remember I had one friend in the military that in one of his documents he literally said something about New World Order. But I think that
That's kind of scary.
I think that technically already went into effect. I think that was like during freaking like Obama.
Nah, because if it was like, I don't know, whatever, it could be something else. I think
I mean,
I've heard
heck,
something
if they
about
did
that.
New World Order, it happened during COVID.
Though they were trying, but there's one name that's in the way, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Is it Trump?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love sometimes how Kendall, you two, y'all know the answer to the question, but you still want to ask the question to the answer for the question, even though you already know it.
That's called content, Izzy. That's what we do here.
Everyone knows context clues is what it's called. Okay,
Content, not context.
I know. I'm saying
Contextually.
context clues.
There's a
Apparently
big word
suck.
for you.
That's
Another vocab word. We can't.
a freaking urban.
You
What
act
is
like
it
I'm
today? Now
stupid.
No, I never said that.
Good job. No, that was fucking not real, bro. Holy
That's
shit.
a big word.
That's like
Mongoloid.
the way you saying it to me is like when your dog sits for the first time. Like, here, boy, sit. Oh, good job, buddy, Paul. You're shaking, you know, like.
It's not my fault you refuse to accept praise.
Yeah, you're right about that one, though.
Dang.
You're not wrong about that.
Canada's fucked too, by the way. Canada's fucked.
So is
dude.
the Church of Scientology.
Canada is fucked. Apparently, I realized
Church
that
of
Tom Cruise was
Scientology.
one of the biggest freaking
Tom-
people in
oh,
freaking
yeah.
the Church of Scientology.
He's mega level. I'm surprised.
I
he's
didn't
not
know that. It's
running it.
2025, and you just learn new shit all the time.
didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't have like your weird phase of researching the fuck out of Scientology?
No, I never gave a fuck about
I did their
Scientology.
test. Apparently, I scored amazing, and they wanted me to come
Well,
to their
they say
main
that to
location.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody scores amazing
Oh yeah, I
on
know.
their test.
And they're like, "Oh, please come in." Da 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 da. And I forgot.
I bet you could randomly pick like answers on that test, and it doesn't matter what you put. They'd be like, "Well, come in just to see what the rest of the results are." That's what they're gonna
Yeah,
do.
they say literally come in and we'll actually like go over your results and that you're a good candidate and this and the other. I just got.
They just
bored
want
one
your
day.
fucking money, dude.
I got
I
bored
think
and
we
I was
didn't we
like-
do it on the podcast, or did we not
No.
do it on the
I
podcast?
told y'all to do it on the podcast because I've already done it, and then
Yeah.
both of y'all were scared and you're like, "Oh, I want
Yeah, because
that."
they're
No,
hurting
they
for
just-
numbers right now, dude.
Dude, they're hurting for numbers.
literally-
they're worse than the fucking Jehovah's Witness.
They're way worse. They what they do now, what their tactic is, because they're hurting for numbers, is they'll give this visa to people from foreign countries, and there'll be a religious visa. They'll come and then they'll take it away from them, so they're stuck doing all their shit. They're trapped. literally can't go anywhere because they don't have their papers. They have to do whatever they say.
I would just go to the airport and be like, please deport me.
But they're also like stuck in this mind virus, you know, like, oh, I'm a Sea Org member. You know,
what?
That's what they're. Or, you don't know?
No, I don't know
here we go.
anything, dude.
So
I don't know anything.
They have an organization that's called the Sea Org. It's
Sea
set
Org.
up like the Navy. They wear shit like the Navy. L. Ron Hubbard, the guy who created Scientology, was the I think he was the captain of it. Yeah, the captain of the Sea Org. And they each sign a contract. I think it's 1,000,000 years. It's a 1,000,000-year long
I
contract.
heard about that.
They get paid like $12 a week.
What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. They have to live in certain areas that are approved, and it's all locked up with like Scientologist security. And they get to work. They get transported by a bus to like the Scientology Center, and it's all like they're very under control. And it's crazy. I can't believe you haven't looked.
Did you ever watch that skateboarding YouTube channel called Braille?
Yes.
You know the guy, like the head guy who started that YouTube channel is like super high up
Yeah.
in Scientology,
Yeah.
and like he disappeared for like 2 years.
Ask where David Koresh's wife is.
I don't know who
Nobody
David
knows.
Koresh is.
She disappeared.
Well, in the Church of Scientology, I do know that when like say someone leaves, say if your spouse wants to leave Scientology, the Church of Scientology will come to you and say, you have to leave your spouse. You have to cut your spouse off and never talk to them again, or you will also be cut off from the Church of Scientology.
I guess I'm confused on how people fall for cults. Like, I could be a cult leader. I genuinely feel like if I wanted to, I could be a cult leader. But I don't get how other people fall for cults. Like, what, like, how are you, I guess, like, what, we, like, not the best mentality?
I mean,
like,
they get people that are coming from that run away from fucking home.
okay, what
and
about
want-
Tom Cruise? He's a celebrity. How did he fall victim?
His parents were probably
You
in it,
know,
honestly.
like-
Honestly, he probably had a family member in it. That's probably what happened.
Like,
Unless he was
even
just
though-
rich and curious, and they just showed him a bunch of cool shit because he was rich.
Well, he gets pampered by them.
I
because-
know, but even being like a celebrity, you know, traveling around the world for movies, films,
You wouldn't think it would that shit would impress you. You would think that would be really hard to impress somebody
your,
like that.
Like your perspective of things would be a lot more broader, and you have your eyes open a lot more because you have traveled, you've been around the world, you've seen different walks of life, and met it. Like, and for you to fall victim to a cult, like that's why I stopped watching.
Well, he doesn't
Mission
think he's a
Impossible.
victim. That's the thing. Is there a victim if the person doesn't think they're a victim?
Yeah.
It's still
He gets pampered. He gets his own mansion. The Sea Org members, anything, and he doesn't pay for any of it.
Does
you
he
know,
have to give them money or some shit?
Yeah,
I
he
mean, he
does pay
donates
for
money
it.
to
He
the-
donates money. He's literally donates the most amount of money to them that anybody donates
yeah,
every single
but
year.
like, still, you get like these people think you're a god because their religion told them you
Oh,
are.
and then wait a second, it's
And-
probably a tax write-off too.
Oh,
It's like
Oh
church.
yeah,
yeah.
Everything's
Well-
a tax write-off for the church.
But tithing is
It's a
tax
religion.
write-off.
They had to
Now-
sue the fuck out of the IRS, and the IRS finally, they were getting so many court cases, they were like, all right, we'll just accept, we'll just make you tax free. Swear to God, bro.
Just because they had so much money to just keep doing court cases.
Well, because no, the church itself wasn't suing. What they do is they tell all their members to go and individually sue, and that's what they do to people they don't like. They just get all their cult ass members to just start suing the fuck out of this person.
So does it have like? Because I've heard that's like.
So,
Is it Satanism?
Imagine. Wait. Imagine that
know-
though, you get like you're getting your letters and everything from your lawsuit, and it's just like 100 pieces of mail in one sitting. Yeah, at that point in time, I'll be like, "Yo, no, you got it. Like, I'm not even opening these.
Yeah,
Like,
you can
got
have
me.
it, bro.
Like, shit, I'm been bombarded, and you
I'll
got
chill.
me.
He said it would have taken me 2 days and it had it accepted. I'm like,
yeah,
yeah,
like,
please
not
leave me the
worth
fuck
it.
alone.
Yeah, but they were getting IRS. I think was getting thousands.
That's crazy, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like, imagine,
But like, what's the difference? Because there's theological Satanism, and then there's
It's not
ideological.
Satanism.
It's not.
No.
I
Do you
thought
want me to,
they
like, give
worshipped
you-
the devil.
what? No.
Do you know the? I'll tell you. Here.
I always thought that
I'll-
Scientology was connected to Satanism.
He's literally what
Like,
this,
and
but
that's what like the.
Blake, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'll give you the whole context. All right, the whole
Okay, Poppy.
real quick. L. Ron
He has the
Hubbard.
talking beer.
He has the. I have the talking beer.
L. Ron Hubbard. He was a guy. He wrote the most science fiction novels out of anybody in the world. I don't know if you know that. The most.
Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L.
What's up, L. Ron?
Ron Hubbard. He's dead now, but good. But Yeah, so he created this, wrote this book, Dynamics, something like that. Yeah, whatever. It got popular. Not like, you know what I mean. It got very popular. He started the Church of Scientology. You know, basically you have to pay X amount of money to get these readings, and you go up on a level system. I remember like the top ones are like 01, 02, 03, and whatever. By the time you spend probably anywhere from 150 to 200 grand into the church for these sessions they're giving you, you
They
learn.
level up. You level up as you go.
And it takes years and years, whatever, depending on how much money you got. You learn the origin story of Scientology, which is there was this emperor of this planet far away named Xenu.
Oh my God.
He to solve overpopulation, what he did is he loaded up a bunch of like aliens into these spaceships that surprisingly
Kind of like the art.
Okay,
Go
it's-
ahead. Sorry.
loads them up into these spaceships that look kind of just like Boeing 747s. Crazy. But sends them to Earth. What he does is he lines them up around a bunch of volcanoes, and he
He
puts,
lines the aliens up around.
yeah,
the
like they're in a
volcano.
circle around the base of the volcano. He puts nuclear bombs into the volcano, blows them up, and what happens is these things called thetans leave the dead bodies of the aliens, and they start roaming the Earth. And they found humans, and they latched themselves onto humans, and that's the reason we have like depression and anxiety and all this. And so the whole goal of the church is to rid you of these thetans that infiltrated your body from the bodies of dead aliens.
Who the fuck believes this shit? Tom Cruise.
Now you
Tom
see why I'm asking
Cruise.
this
Tom
question.
Cruise. What are you fucking doing,
And Xenu's
bro?
a spaghetti god, spaghetti man.
Xenu is the god that started the religion Scientology,
No, Xenu is the guy, the president, dictator, whatever he was, of the other planet.
but he wasn't an alien.
And all he was doing,
But was he an alien?
yeah.
Okay, he was
He
an
wasn't
alien.
human.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so that's what they believe. And they don't know that until they're in the church for like a normal person, like 10,
They're
15
going.
years.
They're going to hell.
What if
Jesus
they-
Christ is on their butt.
You said they pay for these sessions. What if the sessions is just them like tied to a freaking chair getting slapped with like palm leaves or something?
No, the sessions are on the e-meter thing. Yeah.
Do you know anything about Satanism?
A little bit.
All I know is there's two different types. There's Satanism that doesn't actually believe in Satan, and Satan it's more of like an atheism thing, and then there's theological Satanism, which they do worship Satan.
I guess I can like piece it together.
The one is living kind of like, what is it? Jay-Z has on his shirt all the time.
Well, there's a freaking
Do as thy wilt or will or whatever, which that form of Satanism is more or less that basically like all the things that we're supposed to like are the sins and things we aren't supposed to do. It's like the believe in the devil would be the opposite. So you're supposed to indulge in those sins, do whatever you want, live a free will, free life, eat whatever. You know, technically we're not supposed to eat pork or bottom feeder, swine, all this other stuff. So
no
it's-
catfish.
no catfish. No catfish, no pork, no tilapia, no shrimp.
Tilapia didn't exist back then. Come on.
I think
Yes, it did.
I don't. Well, no. I think,
I thought tilapia was a man-made fish.
tilapia is. I'm pretty sure man-farmed fish you don't find in the wild.
Yeah. Listen. How did I not know about a bunch of different shit, and you don't know that tilapia were man-made?
They eat shit. They eat their own shit.
Yes, tilapia can be found in the wild.
Kill me.
Particularly in areas
My life is a
where-
lie, everyone.
Particularly
Blake
in-
was right again.
I swear to God, I heard that on the Discovery Channel. too.
While they are native to Africa and the Middle East, they have
Oh.
been introduced to many other regions, incling the United States.
Bullshit.
Look,
Bullshit.
whatever you read, I read it too. I'm not fishbowl.
Come on, my homie.
If we connect the rings of power, we might.
We need to get like a little whiteboard back here that just says "Times Blake was right." And so I can
Do you? I mean, are we gonna move the elephant over, or are we gonna replace the elephant altogether?
Or you can just have a little whiteboard that he just pops up. Like he's on his side, he just pops it up. He's like, losers. But yeah, and then the other form of Satanism
right here.
Is where they worship the fucking
is
devil.
actual, where they like worship the devil and Baphomet, and like I look, I don't know too much about that one.
I rebuke it.
But, you know,
No, that was weird, bro. I didn't even.
whoa.
What
He
happened?
literally said, "I rebuke you." At the same time, y'all both. And then he looks up. He's like, "No, we're not doing this in sync."
Nope.
I mean, I've read the
Hell no.
freaking Giota, whatever, but that's infernal spirits. I still haven't gotten the angelic yet.
Gosha.
What is an infernal spirit?
Demons.
You could have just said demons.
Well, they refer to as infernal spirits. They all
Infernal,
have
do
different. They have different legions.
So a human
Hold
can
up,
become
hold
an
up, hold up,
infernal
hold up.
spirit.
Do you know what infernal means?
On fire?
Okay, sorry. I just didn't expect him to know that. Because like I heard infernal spirits and I'm like, oh, demon, because of fire, hell, demon.
Yeah. You could also think Dante's Inferno. I mean, anyway,
Sorry.
but yeah, I mean how it says it, which is very interesting. It's not just hell. There's different legions, different people that rule those legions, and those different, I guess, look like king devils or arch devil demons have like minions and armies underneath them, and they take different forms. Usually, it's half this animal, another animal. But King Solomon believed that using both was what they were put here for. Gaining the wisdom and their abilities through binding them.
King Solomon's a Jew.
So, thank you.
I got a high five for that one. Yes.
But yeah, and that was when I was going the whole freaking. Oh, let me try. Maybe I'll try doing myself. And everyone was like,
God, please
don't do it inside the house. And I was like, oh, no fucking fun.
Just go to the park and do it. Do it in front of the kids.
God bless. There's so many steps. You have to have the right garments, the right freaking sigils, the right metals, the right freaking moon.
And if you mess it up,
you die.
Oh.
You die. It will kill you.
Say if it makes you feel any better, I haven't built an altar in here for specifically that reason.
Oh, nice.
So
Wait, why would you build an altar?
Because he's pagan.
For Shango. For the beads.
don't worry
Oh, for
about
the
it.
beads.
But
He always says that.
even though
What?
it claims it can grant you a multitude of things, it's very risky because it literally will tell you like if you don't do it right and you don't have your sigil or your seal of
So you
protection.
just become friends with the demon?
Well,
No such thing.
Your thing is to summon them. Okay, usually if you do it correctly, and they are a nice one or a friendlier one, which there are very evil ones, and then there are some that are kind of like, what's up, man? They might share some of their power with you or their wisdom. But Solomon's goal was to summon them and then bind them into pieces of jewelry, weaponry, or whatever it may be. So then he could call upon the power whenever. And luckily, the story goes with King Solomon is that God blessed him with a ring that could do that. Solomon's ring. So it could bind these infernal
Where did you
spirits.
learn
Precious. My precious.
Oh, that infernal spirit leads like.
You said Solomon's ring. I just instantly thought.
Izzy,
Lord
you
of the
still never
Rings.
posted that TikTok calling that bitch out.
I'll send it to you right now. I'll send it to you right now. She still follows me. Like, we're still on Snapchat, and like her Snapchat is like, oh, you look like such a loving mother. Do bad, know the truth, you little cheating bitch. Like, and I'm like, oh, she's like, mother, oh, I love
I hope
my
you watch
family.
this.
She was like, oh, I love my family and my kids from Mother's Day. I'm like, but you cheating on your husband.
But you cheating
I was
on your
like,
husband.
That's crazy.
Tracked her into maybe you fixed her. Maybe she's
No,
like maybe
Chris
I
Brown
do
said
wanna
it.
sleep
These hoes ain't
Next
no-
time we're here, we'll have a whiteboard.
Don't you have something to say?
Where
Izzy?
is it? What? Me?
Don't you have something to say?
Look, man, don't worry about me. Don't worry about.
There's no better time like the present because it's a
Look.
gift.
Look.
Because it's a gift.
Let me start with my profiles first.
Your profiles.
And my social media.
What about it?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it, babe. Don't worry about it.
He said, I only got to post one picture and people will know everything.
I'm thinking of the same one.
Maybe. I don't know.
Never mind.
I don't know either.
Never mind. Let's
No
just move
idea.
on. I accidentally fucked this up.
But you were asking me how I know because, well, I like learning different things, especially when it comes to mystical, magical things, or because.
Oh, by the way, everybody, Izzy got a tattoo since the last time we've been on the film.
Oh, yeah, I have a tat. Yeah, forgot about that. Haha, there was wrong for tat. Look at that, rat-a-tat-tat, bitch.
Don't go close to the camera. Everybody, I want you to comment right now in the comments what you think it is right now. Don't even don't zoom in. Don't do nothing. Just I want you to. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great time.
I can't wait to read these 2 comments. Kevin, and who else?
Dylan, Scotty, and Jake. Jake comments sometimes too.
That's double. That's more than double what I thought.
What's that? Moving on up. You don't
We
know-
keep getting followers on Spotify. Please follow our fucking YouTube.
Well, how about
Please.
you like do something in the comments for a video on Spotify and be like, hey, add the link to the YouTube.
I mean, I can try. I could probably put it. I could probably put the link in the description of the episode on Spotify.
That's gonna be a.
But yeah, we've gotten like
description.
3 or 4 freaking new followers on Spotify in the last 2 weeks. I'm like, please just
That's not a bad thing.
subscribe to. It's not bad, and I appreciate every single follower we have, but just subscribe to the YouTube channel, please.
YouTube,
Spotify, Apple Music,
Apple
But if you're
for
on
podcasters.
Spotify,
Apple for podcasters.
If you're on Spotify, fuck Apple Music.
Yeah, Spotify's honestly
superior.
way better
Superior.
than
Don't do
Apple
that.
Music. It is. It's way better.
Way better.
Just like Cash App is way better than Venmo, 100%.
No, I like Venmo more than Cash App.
Oh my God! Don't say that. He's never even tried to get me to send him a Venmo one
Because you
time.
barely let me send you Cash App.
That's not true at all. I always prefer you send me Cash Apps. He's a liar.
Last time I literally said, "Hey, let me Cash App," you was like, "No, it still doesn't let me do it on my bank."
Oh,
like, we have the same bank dude that lets me do
That
it.
is true. It still won't. It won't let me. It will
Mine
not
is
let me
fine
deposit.
now. Mine is perfectly fine. So
Well, then
maybe
I
it's because you're a
should.
dirty ginger.
Hey, Ginger.
Ginger,
Watch it there.
watch yourself.
You should know how it feels. What? Dude,
It's just an anagram.
Your
anyway.
interaction that lasts like
It's just
2
an anagram.
weeks.
Bro, look, my last few weeks has been a lot. Okay,
We know.
yeah, it's been a lot.
We've been here.
Yeah. And I wish I could talk about my one outing, but since someone's a pussy and they can say, I'm gonna call the cops, you bitch.
Who gonna call the cops? Oh, he ain't gonna call the cops. F him, dude. He is not. No, F that.
Little pussy ass.
F that. You need to talk about it right now.
F that. We've been cursing this whole time. Now he wants to freaking.
Hey, listen.
go
Sometimes I like to
PG.
be family friendly. Just sometimes.
This is not a family friendly podcast.
Just tell me the fucking story.
Okay.
I don't
this
know.
is-
I don't know
right?
if you should do it right now.
no.
I think we should wait.
Give it 2
Yeah.
weeks.
I don't know what's the statute of limitation.
Yeah, let's just wait a little bit.
On what?
Nothing.
Alleged.
Allegedly.
No, allegedly. Are you
I see. Privileged.
privileged? Oh my God. Whatever,
You
dude.
and your fucking red hair
Think
get away with everything.
Think you're one of us.
This
I'm
ain't-
definitely one of you. You're half white.
Nah, I'm pure.
You're pure. Oh, but if I say that, I'm a piece of shit. Fuck you. How about that? We're back to not family friendly.
See how fast it switched.
dickhead.
But what do y'all think about the new pope?
Love it.
He's American.
He's from O Block, bro.
Apparently people are pissed at pissed because of a photo that went around AI switching the Pope to Trump.
Oh yeah, no, but
Trump posted that.
I know,
Trump
apparently.
reposted that
He
on the
reposted it.
White House professional
He
White House
reposted
account,
it, and apparently people are pissed.
and
Look,
it's a joke.
I get it though. That's their religion.
You wanna hear something?
I mean, it is.
Like,
it is-
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I find it funny because I find anything that's funny. We've talked
Yeah.
about this. If it's funny, it's not
funny.
fucked up.
Yeah.
But I could understand
Why somebody gets offended
Yeah,
by
I
it?
mean,
yeah,
that's their
yeah,
religion.
You want to hear
yeah,
something
yeah.
awesome about the new pope? His grandparents are
from Jersey.
no. His grandparents are Creole and Haitian from Louisiana.
Oh, he might know some of that.
Hell yeah.
He might know some of that hoodoo voodoo. You feel me?
So I just think that's awesome. Like they didn't go for a full black guy because they had their opportunities.
Do
They
you
had some
know
good
anything about
cardinals.
the workings of this conclave that they vote in? Because I understand that they have to have 2/3 majority vote for a
Yes.
pope to be chosen.
But here's the question to me because I could have just freaking gave it a goog, but I was like,
Give it a go.
I will if he doesn't know, but I feel like Blake might know.
I've been watching a lot of Pope shit recently.
Criteria or what classifies
Criteria.
a person to get, I guess, potentially picked as a pope.
Is it popularity?
Right.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's popularity. How many? But a lot of people that were doing interviews after the conclave where they chose him said that they barely even didn't know him.
Yeah, I was about to say,
like,
wasn't he like in a different country?
he was
or
in no. He
something?
lived in so
Peru.
he's lived in Peru and Italy longer than he ever lived in America. I think he moved away from America when he was like in his 20s, early 20s.
And how big is their congregation? Like how do you know?
I think it's like 200 and something cardinals.
And you
There was
about
only 133 inside the conclave that were voting.
What it
so I
is-
don't know what's the criteria to even pick which cardinals get to go into the conclave.
It just any cardinal can get picked, and it just depends on who gets the most support.
Well,
and
so
apparently,
you put your name in the hat, and people are like, you know, I like this
well,
guy.
what they do is they go in, they vote twice a day. They get locked in this room. There's like jamming. There's no phones, nothing. And now they put like jamming signals.
yeah,
and
jamming.
stuff.
They literally it's under the
And,
floorboards.
yeah, so they just vote twice a day until there's a 2/3 majority. And people, it's like a bunch of talking, debating, like, you know, the people who are known throughout, they've been in it a while, really are known, they'll like put their word out for, it just, you know, it's just like old school democracy. Like, but
So it's word of mouth and popularity, basically.
yeah. Yeah. It's the Cardinals, like, I don't know. It's just whenever they decide, like, okay, I'll vote for this person. I'll vote for this
I
one.
saw a video the other day of this lady and her daughter and her brother were on a three-way FaceTime, and they named the Pope. And the Pope, he hooked up with this girl's mom when they were both 19 years old.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
He's like, my mom hooked up with the Pope. Ain't that crazy, dude? That's fucking nuts.
I'm glad he's American, though, man. We're taking over.
Dude, taking over.
you know,
baby. I saw something that said J.D. Vance visits the Pope. The Pope dies. New American Pope.
Oh no, okay, it seemed more like okay. So I just finally gave it a goog.
You gave it a goog?
Okay, so first off, these Cardinals have to be under the age of 80. Okay, don't know why. But I guess maybe it's a mental thing.
Because I think they want them to.
But it's quite. I guess it's
There was a lot of
completely on these 80 people's shoulders. to vote.
133.
So, well, I mean, yeah, my bad, 133 people to vote. So it's more or less themselves would pick someone they think after they do their prayer and think of the best vision of the church. They will pick who they think will be best. And it goes through the list. You know, let's say you pick a different person, but then after a while, you know, Blake gets at least, 50 votes, and the other people are like, okay, well, I guess this guy, because obviously my dude ain't winning, and they keep signing and signing until everyone comes to a consensus, or I guess it's outvoted, and they're like, listen, no matter what, I guess it's this guy. Like, and then they light it, what is it, white smoke.
White smoke.
And then, boom, we got a new pope.
This one time in, like, I think it was 938 AD, it took them 3 years.
1218 AD.
It was 1218?
I looked it up the other day.
Okay, then 9 something. I was watching a video last night
Yeah.
of the shortest popes. Not like height, but
Shortest duration. Shortest
I
pope.
remember a few months ago when they were, when it was like the ceremony or whatever about the opening of the doors and da da da.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, before Pope Francis
And
died.
the conspiracies. Of
And there
like
was something.
these-
How did they get a camera in there if nobody supposedly opened those doors? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? They opened the doors from the inside, and then as they
they
were,
opened them from the outside.
No.
I'm
Technically,
saying-
the doors gets kind of open.
the doors open, but there was a camera already inside filming the Pope as the doors were opening. Unless they filmed it, they opened the doors a little bit, so they paused, then which is the most production bullshit I've ever seen. It's not a ceremony. Some guy runs in with a tripod,
Or maybe
puts
it's
the
a drone.
tripod down. Maybe it's a drone. I don't know.
Maybe they drone through the ventilation system.
Maybe.
I don't know. Like
I don't think that's what God had intended, but yeah, sure.
well,
That's
there
where we
was
are now.
a lot of conspiracies with that one. And then there was something about the guy holding the door where it's like apparently he had like no face. It was just a bald head. And that one actually, I think you can still view it on YouTube. Like if you actually look at the real one. Actually, no, I think I debunked that one because I was like, no way. Look, I'm a huge conspiracy person, freaking supernatural, whatever.
There's definitely something weird.
Well,
But
say this last
I will be
pope was probably not. It was like a weird situation when he got elected.
I mean,
Why was it a weird situation? It was in 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, I could be mistaken if it's Francis or like 1 or 2 ago, but there was one. Mel Gibson was talking about it on Joe Rogan's podcast. There was this one, like they did the white smoke for a new pope and then instantly did black smoke. And so what the thing is they're saying is that somebody was elected and then they didn't want, like the people in control didn't want him, so they kind of ousted him and then put in a new pope. So like, because it had never been white smoke and then black smoke.
Well, I saw that. I think I might know what you're talking about because somebody. It looked like black smoke started coming out and then white smoke started coming out because
Not this time. It wasn't this time. This was.
I know. I'm just saying I saw a video of the same thing. At least I thought I did.
No, I know what video you're talking about.
Look, I'll tell you this right now. If anyone wants to know what started my interest in conspiracies with the Vatican and everything, go watch the movie Angels and Demons.
I literally just watched that last night.
Love that movie.
I literally just watched that last
It's a
night.
continuation of the Da Vinci Code, technically.
Never seen the Da Vinci Code.
That's crazy, bro. I literally just watched that
love that
last
movie.
night.
As soon as I saw that movie,
You know what I watched last
was
night? You know what I watched last night?
Scooby Doo.
No, the new Transformers 1 movie where they,
Yeah.
dude, it was pretty good. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It was kind of funny. It was fun. Like the characters were super funny, and then they slowly started progressing to where we know them now, and
Felt great.
Optimus Prime eventually still kind of has a sense of humor, but towards the end is very serious. So
Because he's seen a lot of death.
Yeah. Also,
no, not a
me with the
fan.
train. Well, no, I loved it. That was actually. So sorry. Dang, that had to, I don't know. That was where their dad. Whoa,
Right,
I would,
where did that come
say,
from?
I would say excuse you, but there's no excuses for you.
Rise of the Beast will forever be a
there were
great
excuses
movie
in that
because it starts off with a Nas song.
Which one?
Rise of the Beast. Yeah, Transformers.
My mom died. Cried. Sorry. Oops. Cried during the first Transformers when Bumblebee. What was it? When Bumblebee lost his legs or whatever. I remember that. The first time I saw my mom cry was to Spider-Man 3.
Which part?
The Green Goblin died trying to help Spider-Man.
Oh, you're talking about his son. Yeah.
His son. Because like I remember that was the first movie I remember going to see with my mom was the original Spider-Man, and of course she watched every single one. I guess she got a attachment to the Green Goblin's son, and she gets bawling out in tears.
Harry.
And I was like, "Why are you
Some
crying?"
people are
She's
so
like, "It's so
funny.
sad." I'm like, "Okay, like."
What's that? Was it Marley and Me? That dog.
Okay, that
movie?
one almost
Bridge to Terabithia.
Bridge to Terabithia. I almost welling up in class, dude, because they would show that
Never
crap
seen
in
it.
class.
Never seen it.
You've never seen? It's such a great movie, bro.
It is a very white movie.
It's so white, but it's such a good movie, bro.
What?
I think Marley and Me is a pretty white movie, and I love the hell out of that.
Well, you're allowed to like what you like. Like I said, in the words of King Von, I am what I am. What I'm not, see, I'll never be.
He's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's leave it that way.
I never try to bring him back. You're the
He
one
did in
playing
his
with
verses.
demons.
You're the one that did.
Yeah, you're the one playing with demons.
You're the one playing
I'm
with
just
demons,
educating
bro.
myself on light and dark, homie.
I'm sure that's what King Solomon said.
Yeah.
Now he's in hell.
I don't know where he will be. 'Cause he got the ring from God. Apparently, that's how the story goes.
Or was it really God?
Was it a snake in the grass?
So much conjecture.
No,
On
I
that
didn't
note,
want to do it, but I still did it.
thank you for listening to the 87th episode of The Poor Perspective
We love you
with
all.
Kendall Justice, Blake Reed, and Isaiah Martin. We'll see you next week.
Bunch of
motherfucker.
end it.